The most dangerous weapon in a person's arsenal is not an action. It is a word. Most people believe they are in control of their own thoughts. They are wrong. Your brain has back doors, shortcuts, vulnerabilities. A master manipulator does not need to scream to control you. They use verbal anchors to bypass your logic and target your nervous system. These words act as psychological tripwires. Once they are spoken, your defense mechanisms lower. You begin to doubt your own reality. You start to seek their approval without knowing why. By the end of this analysis, you will see the world differently. You will hear the hidden frequency of control. Your shield is knowledge. Pay attention. The first word is honestly. When someone starts a sentence with honestly or to be honest, they are performing a linguistic sleight of hand. Why do they need to announce their sincerity? If a person is truthful, their words carry their own weight. By using this word, they are creating a subconscious contrast. They are implying that everything they said before this moment was potentially a lie. They are resetting the baseline of trust. It is a tactical maneuver designed to make you lower your guard for the lie that is about to follow. It triggers a compliance response. You feel pressured to believe the next statement because they have framed it as a special moment of vulnerability. Many people feel a sudden shift in the room when this word "heard" is dropped. Have you noticed how it forces you to stop questioning them? This is the first step in eroding your intuition. Watch the frequency. A manipulator uses honestly when they feel you pulling away. It is a tether. It pulls you back into their narrative. The second word is just. It is the ultimate tool of minimization. I just wanted to help. I just thought you'd know. It was just a joke. The word just is designed to shrink the significance of an action. It makes their intrusion seem small. It makes your reaction seem large. If you get angry, you are the one being dramatic. If you feel hurt, you are being sensitive. They are using a single syllable to delete the impact of their behavior. In dark psychology, this is known as framing. They frame the event as a minor inconvenience. This forces you to defend your right to be upset. You are no longer discussing their mistake. You are discussing your reaction to it. The power has shifted. Some believe this is the most common form of gaslighting used in professional environments. Others think it is merely a habit. The results, however, are the same. Total minimization of your boundaries. The third word is but. This is the linguistic eraser. I'm sorry, but I hear what you're saying, but... In the psychology of persuasion, the word but cancels out everything that preceded it. The apology is not an apology. The acknowledgement of your feelings is a lie. The manipulator uses the first half of the sentence to build a bridge. They use the second half to burn it down. It is a classic push-pull dynamic. They give you a small amount of validation to keep you listening. Then they immediately override it with their own agenda. Your brain focuses on the information after the but. The earlier part of the sentence becomes noise. It is a calculated strike. If you find yourself constantly waiting for the but in a conversation, you are already being managed. You are being conditioned to accept their reality over your own. Has someone ever used this to make you feel like your concerns were heard, only to leave you feeling completely ignored 5 minutes later? This is how they maintain the illusion of cooperation. The fourth word is we. On the surface, it sounds like teamwork. In the hands of a manipulator, it is enmeshment. We need to figure this out. We shouldn't let this come between us. By using the collective pronoun, they are forcibly tying your identity to theirs. They are removing your autonomy. If you disagree with them, You are now a traitor to the we. This is a common tactic in high-stakes negotiations and toxic relationships. It creates a false sense of shared responsibility for a problem they likely created. They are dragging you into their burning house and calling it a joint venture. It makes it harder for you to walk away because they have framed the exit as an act of abandonment. They are using your own empathy as a cage. The fifth word is fair. This is a weaponization of your morality. I don't think that's fair. Let's be fair about this. Humans have an evolutionary hard coding for fairness. We are obsessed with it. A manipulator knows this. When they use the word fair, they are not looking for justice. They are looking for leverage. They are challenging your character. They are betting that you would rather lose the argument than be perceived as an unfair person. It is a guilt trip disguised as an ethical standard. They define what is fair based on what benefits them in the moment. You end up compromising your boundaries just to prove that you are a good person. Have you ever felt trapped by a sense of duty to be fair to someone who has never been fair to you? That is the word doing its work. It is the ultimate tool of a covert narcissist. The sixth word is mistake. Notice the passive nature of this word. Mistakes were made. It was a mistake. They do not say, I lied or I hurt you. They use mistake to transform a deliberate choice into an accidental occurrence. It removes the element of intent. If it was just a mistake, then you are being unforgiving if you stay angry. It shifts the burden of emotional labor onto you. You are now the one who has to provide the grace, while they avoid the accountability. In behavioral science, this is called distancing. They are distancing themselves from their own actions. They want the benefit of the action without the weight of the consequence. Look closely at the people in your life. Do they make mistakes, or do they have patterns? A mistake is an anomaly. A pattern is a strategy. The seventh word is always or never. These are the words of a totalitarian. You always do this. You never listen. This is an attack on your entire history. It is a technique used to rewrite your past and control your future. By using these absolute terms, the manipulator is forcing you to defend your entire life's record. They take one instance and turn it into a permanent character flaw. This causes a psychological state called cognitive dissonance. You know you don't always do it, but the weight of their accusation makes you feel like you must. You stop arguing about the specific issue and start arguing about your personality. They have successfully diverted the conversation away from their behavior and onto your identity. Listen for these words. They are the cracks in the mask. When you hear them, do not react. Observe. When you stop reacting, the manipulator loses their power. Their words are designed to trigger an emotional response. If you remain cold and analytical, their anchors find no place to hook. There is one final warning. There is one word that is more dangerous than all the others combined. It is the word trust. When someone tells you, trust me, they are usually the last person you should trust. A person who is trustworthy demonstrates it through consistent, measurable behavior. They do not need to command it. When someone uses the word trust as a command, they are trying to bypass the time it takes to earn it. They are asking for a blank check for your reality. They are preparing you for a betrayal. Protect your mind. The words people choose reveal the architecture of their intent. You are no longer a victim of the script. You are the one reading it. Now that you know the patterns, the game has changed. Use this armor wisely. Would you like me to analyze the specific body language cues that accompany these words next?